back to my channel. Thank you so much for opening up another page of this little diary of mine. If you are new here, hi, my name is Jay. This is the Christian Student Diary series season 2. It's a little bit later and I'm feeling good. I actually wrote a to-do list of everything I wanted to do today last night before bed, and I was able to cross out 3 things off this list, and there's only 6 things in total, so I'm feeling pretty good. I wanted to try out writing like daily to-do lists, but like before bed, because I feel like sometimes I start my mornings and I'm like, what's the vibe for today, like what do I want to do? And I don't know, I have this book called Atomic Habits that I've been reading, and it was just talking about little habits and stuff, and like this checklist idea was from the author of Atomic Habits. Somebody was mentioning it in like a productivity video that I was watching, so I decided to try that, and I'm feeling pretty productive and also like a lot more focused than normal. So yeah, but one of the things that I have left on this list, one is work kind of focus, because I need to do 2 hours of work this afternoon, and then I also have been trying to drink more water. I wanted to drink 4 of my water bottles today. I'm on my second one of the day, so I'm feeling pretty good. But then I had 15-minute reading of a thriller, so that's where we're at right now. I'm trying to figure out what I want to read, because I have kind of 2 options. I can either start reading Holly Jackson's Good Girl Bad Blood, or no, honestly it should be The Good Girl Guide to Murder. Hold up, sorry about that, picked up the wrong book. But A Good Girl Guide to Murder, I can either start this, or I can start The Killer Instinct by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, which I have on my Kindle. I feel like it kind of, I'm not sure what I want to read, because I know A Good Girl Guide to Murder has a little bit of romance in it, but it's mostly a mystery. But I've started this book several times and I kept DNFing it. But I've also already read a full book out of the Natural series, and I really liked it because it was super fast paced. So I feel like I'm gonna do Killer Instinct. For my afternoon work session. So my kind of plan to structure my days for this semester is to use the mornings to work on schoolwork, and then use afternoons, or evenings rather, to work on the work that I do for the corporation that I'm employed at. So for the morning work session, I'm deciding that I think I want to start around 10:30, 11 a.m. and keep working till about 2 p.m. and then I take a break for about 2-3 hours midday, and then start back working again at 5 or 5:15 and work all the way till 7:30 depending on when I'm done. And that's just like how I like to structure my days, because having work and rest periods I found have worked best for me. Last semester I tried a lot to just work throughout the day slowly but surely, but that didn't really work for me, because I would either be putting all my eggs in one basket or not paying attention to anything at all, and just was not being as productive as I could have been, versus if I just decided to make this is my work time, I have to sit here and work, and this is my rest time, I have to sit here and rest. I can't check work email, I can't check school email. So if you're wondering how I had time to sit and read for like 2 hours or so, that's kind of why. Telling you, you want a lethal combo: journal to God first thing in the morning, and then follow it up with Bible time. The journaling time to God is you talking to God, okay? You telling him everything you want to tell him. And then the Bible time is an opportunity for God to speak to you, okay? You cleared your head of everything you want to tell him. Now open the word and see what he wants to tell you. And I promise you, you will not be disappointed. 10:57. I'm just now eating breakfast. I ended up filming and then also talking to my mom for a little bit while making breakfast, which slowed me down a bit. So I'm a little bit behind schedule. I'd usually be at my desk by 10:30 or around 11. So I'm not too far off, and I'm also not gonna force myself to eat breakfast and work at the same time. I know a lot of people like schedules to the point that they will kind of mix their leisure and their work time together. That does not work for me, so we're not going to do that. I'm just going to start working at 11:15 instead of my normal 11, even though it's 10:58 right now. I'd rather just sit and be able to enjoy my breakfast and then go into work mode later. I eat, I'm going to read some more of Killer Instinct. It is really, really good, y'all. Like, I'm like so just curious of how it's gonna end. It's time to fix my coffee. I actually already brewed a cup and put it in the fridge. Also, my dog wants to say hi. So if you hear anything in the background, it's my washer, but I'm gonna put some syrups in here. We have quite a few. I think this morning I want to go with hazelnut. And I only like to do 1 pump. 2 pumps is a little too strong, but hazelnut is just so good. And then I'm gonna do some milk and then show you the star of the show, which is the Snickers creamer. And milk, I only do a splash just because this coffee is actually quite strong. Then it is creamer time. This is the Coffee Mate Snickers creamer. It does not taste like Snickers, but it's like super, super good. So yeah, giving myself a bit of that. And then I'm gonna do exactly 2 ice cubes. So wild, we're at the desk by 11:15, y'all. Hey, I'm feeling good, but let's see what we have to do today. I wrote a to-do list last night, and I think the to-do list yesterday really did help me. So I have 1 hour of work, 4 pink hydro jugs of water. This is my pink hydro jug. 15 minutes of canvas exploration. So we're gonna knock that out, and now and see if my teachers have posted anything. I think I told you guys last night that one of my professors posted that the canvas shell should be open this morning now. So we're gonna see if he actually did post that canvas shell. Okay, update, that teacher has still not posted that canvas shell. I just wanted to be able to, the first and second day, see all the canvas shells and get a feel of my semester, but that's okay. We'll check back in a little later. I'm going to start on some discussion boards. Okay, I actually just got up from my desk. It is 1:02 p.m. Y'all know we finish up for our midday break around 1 or so. But I finished 1 discussion post and 2 readings. I have 1 more reading to go for my writing about place class, and then I'll be able to complete the discussion board that's due this Sunday. Both of the classes that I'm taking that have like published assignments and stuff, both of them have stuff due this Sunday, so I'm gonna try to finish that during the week. So during the weekend I don't have to do any homework or like rush to do any homework. Also, it's the first week. We can't rush on the first week, but I really want to get into a good habit of just getting assignments done during the week like I did last semester. I was actually pretty good about that, making sure that I didn't do work on the weekends, or homework rather, on the weekends, and I also don't work on the weekends either. So got that out the way. I'm actually super, super cold and freezing. It is so cold in Texas today, so I think for my break I'm going to cozy up with Killer Instinct yet again and try to figure out who is behind these crimes, because I have not been able to figure that out, like, at all. Is it an hour later? Yes. Did I get sucked into a hole of content about TikTok versus Red Letter and bands and church appropriate skirts that 𝐤𝐫𝐞𝐿 may or may not have worn? Yes. Am I logging off for the day? For sure. About to open up Killer Instinct. Right, that book was absolutely insane. Just finished the 2nd book out of the Natural series by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. By the way, that whole series was clean. I think there was only, or the whole series so far has claimed the 1st and 2nd book. There was barely any cussing in either of the books, and there's no spicy scenes, so they're perfect for any young believer, any believer in general who's not trying to read a book full of cussing and spicy stuff. We don't read that over here, so just know if I ever read a book with y'all, it don't got all that in there, okay? We don't read that, but that book was so good. If you like mystery thrillers, check her series out. The first book was a lot scarier than the second book, but the second book still was very, very haunting. But like, it was so good. Like, I'm just shook. I don't even know. But it's now time to figure out what the next book we're going to be reading. Keeping books on rotation actually has really been helping me with like my own creativity when it comes to like actual work for my English master's program, because sometimes I can think about a topic differently because I'm reading a book that like explores a similar topic. So that's why I really want to focus on keeping my clean reads in rotation. So yeah, I have two series that I can start. Okay, so this is the Powerless series by Lauren Roberts. I've actually already read the first book in this series, and this is the second book, Reckless. Either I'm going to start Reckless this week, or I'm going to start the first book of the Six of Crows duology by Leigh Bardugo. This is duology, and this is also a duology, but the third book's supposed to be coming out this year, I think. So I'm not in a rush as much to read this as I am as this. So I feel like we may start Reckless by Lauren Roberts, because I'm actually not sure if I want to pick up Reckless right now. Like, I know I said that was the more immediate one, but I'm like, there's a lot of fighting to the death in Reckless. I'm not sure if I want to read people fight to the death right now. And I'm excited. Hey guys, it's a bit later. It's currently 5:11. I'm sat to do my evening work session. Probably gonna start around 5:15. But I wanted to talk to you guys, or like kind of explain how I invite God into my study days. So yesterday I showed you guys like how I just go about my days, but usually in the midst of me doing my work sessions and everything, I make sure to play gospel in my room, whether it's just like instrumental worship music or just turning on a gospel playlist of my own. I have an actual work from home like playlist that I like to listen to as well. And then also before I study, I'll sit and just like pray really quickly and say like, Lord, please allow me to retain the information I need to retain. Please allow me to just tap into your wisdom and give me just the wisdom and discretion to learn what I need to learn, retain what I need to retain, and keep it moving like that. As a Christian student, I don't think it's super overcomplicated to bring God into your study schedule, but that's literally how I do it. And hopefully during the semester I can show you guys more of how I integrate my actual faith into my classwork. As an English major, I get to write about a lot of my life experiences, and a lot of my life experiences are around church and religion and Christianity. So I usually will take that as a sign and talk about something in my church or talk about something that I've learned from the Lord recently and just reframe it in an academic way. Just finished writing my to-do list for tomorrow. I ended up doing almost everything on my to-do list except one thing, but I'm feeling good. I finished an hour work, finished the 12-page reading, and also did a discussion post for one of my courses for my writing about place course. So tomorrow I'm going to try to tackle my sociolinguistics course. So I read a bit of Six of Crows over dinner, and I think I'm really gonna like it, but I think it's just a little bit slower than I thought it was gonna be, but nonetheless good. But while reading, I most definitely got convicted for reading as fast as I do through fiction and barely ever touching the Christian nonfiction on my shelves, so we're gonna fix that. I have this book by Sadie Robinson called Who Are You Following, and literally I've had it all summer. I started reading it and did not get very far through it, so I feel like I want to read this maybe. See, this is why I knew I needed to pick up that Christian nonfiction on my shelf. It's talking about who are you following and like the influence of social media and how that really can affect you in your day-to-day life. And y'all, she literally just quoted a statistic that said like projections estimate the average adult will spend 6 years and 8 months of their life on social media. That is crazy. Happy Wednesday, first day out the house this week besides Sunday for church, but we are headed out to do a couple errands and then also get some coffee. My older sister's birthday was a couple weeks back, and all her birthday like freebie drinks are expiring this week or like today, so we're gonna get some drinks for free, period, celebration of life. We're back home, and finding Valentine's Day decor for my room was not a success, okay? I was just trying to find like a heart pillow like this, and I found some Valentine's Day like garland, but it wasn't giving like what I thought it was gonna give, so I didn't get it. But now I'm like, dang, because for winter, like I really wanted to get like rugs and stuff like this for my room, but I could not find any of them. Plus, on top of me buying Christmas presents for all the people in my household, like it was not in my budget to buy room decor for myself. So I'm trying to like do better at just buying room decor for the season though, because I think it's so cute when people have like Christmas decor when it's Christmas time, Valentine's Day decor when it's Valentine's Day, like in their room. Like it's so cute, and I want to do that more, especially since I'm at home pretty consistently, which is being an online student and then also working from home. So I'm like, I want to do that more. So I think later today we're probably gonna go out, and I'll see if I can finesse my older sister to go to Five Below while we're out, because that's the place that has a lot of good room decor. But it's currently 11:37. I'm gonna get up, get some breakfast, get some more water in me because I've only drunk one jug, and it spilled in my bed last night. Like there was a whole section on my bed that was wet last night, and I did not know what it was, but I think it's dry now. But I was literally like, what is that? I'm crying. It's the way you can schedule your days out to a T, but yo, you can't predict your days. I made breakfast. It's currently 12:18. I got talking to my mom about Jeremiah and the timeline of Jeremiah, because I'm reading a Bible that doesn't really, it clarifies the timeline, but the more I read, I think the more I can like forget the actual timeline. So the context of Jeremiah is that this is all happening, all the prophecies that Jeremiah is giving is after the Israelites have been taken out of Egypt, have been brought to the promised land, and all the things like that. And so in Jeremiah, all the Israelites want to do, and all the people from Judah too, they just want to obey other gods and worship other gods. And God's like, okay, cool. So boom, if you want to do that, here you go. And he lets them do that. And in that reign, he gives them Nebuchadnezzar. He gives them everything they want and more. This, that, and the third, right? And then they start complaining like, oh my gosh, God, like it's really ghetto down here. We don't like it. And God's like, no, I gave you what you were asking me for. From my understanding, this is my understanding of Jeremiah thus far. I'm in chapter 29. And so today I got to Jeremiah 29:11, where it's like, for I know the plans I have for you. And the context of that verse is so interesting to me, because the context of that verse is that God is now punishing all the people who were brought out the promised land, all the people who were saying that they love him, and made them captives of a whole nother land. And when he makes them captives of that land, he basically tells them, you need to sit here, you need to make peace with all the other people, you need to get your kids married and get settled here, because you're going to be here for 70 years. And the people start freaking out because they're like, this is a foreign land, we don't know nobody. And God's like, I know the plans I have for you is for hope, prosper in the future, not to harm you, this, that, and the third. But the context of that is that they were sitting in the middle of their punishment, and God still consoled them, still comforted them. And me and my mom just started talking about that, because the timeline of the Bible is very interesting, because it shows you and it gives you comfort as a modern day believer to know we are not the only ones who have backslid, who have disobeyed God and forgotten what he's done for us. Because if God brought them out of Egypt into the promised land, and they still worshiping other gods when they've seen literally with their own eyes the Red Sea part and all of that, this is after Moses. If God has brought them through all of that and they're still worshiping other gods, but then God comes back to tell them in the middle of their punishment, that captivity was their punishment, okay? Jeremiah 29:11, they are in their punishment. He comes within their punishment and comforts them to let them know that the punishment is not the end of their purpose. Hey guys, it is 2:45 and we're just finishing up the morning study session. I was able to edit that discussion board that I was talking to you guys about earlier, and then finish up 3 different readings for one class. The book lineup for off-screen time is first Who Are You Following by Sadie Robertson Huff. We're going to do 15 minutes of this one, and then we're going to do 15 minutes of Six of Crows. I already know I'm probably going to read longer of Six of Crows, so that's why I was like, let's put Who Are You Following by Sadie Robertson first, just because I think it's really bad that I was so happy to read all the fiction in the world, but when it comes to reading all the Christian nonfiction I have on my shelf, like I barely ever reach for those. Like I really want to get better at that. home and I want to show you guys a quick haul because I want to vacuum and clean my room before it gets too late and my family starts going to sleep. From Buy Below, I got, sorry for that noise, I got two things. I got this wavy shape memo board. It's like a dry erase memo board that I plan to put right above my dresser right here where I'm sitting at my desk. And then look at this. I got this monthly planner board and it's pink, and it also came with a dry erase. So I'm thinking with this I'll be able to just like have a monthly planner of like the month and everything like on my desk, and this is just gonna feel like a proper desk setup. But this planner board, or memo board rather, I'm super excited to probably write my daily like to-do list on that board. Like that'll work so well. And then also on this planner board I can write like to-do lists on here too, or just like events and dates and stuff, because my church, like every Sunday I feel like there's a different color we're supposed to be wearing. There's a different like meeting on a different like Saturday that I'm never aware of, so I feel like this will be a great addition to put over top of my desk. And I'm like so excited for the organization of it all because y'all, taking 3 online classes in one semester, like I thought it was gonna be easy breezy, like, or I didn't think it was gonna be easy because last semester was hard, but I thought it was gonna be like a little more chill. But I think it's honestly gonna be a lot more cutthroat for me and my organizational skills. Like they're really gonna be tested. So I wanted to get these. I only spent $10 because Five Below, only $5. So I'm gonna put these up, but first we're gonna vacuum because a Proverbs 31 woman, her house, her room, and everything's always in order. So we're gonna vacuum and clean my space and then redo kind of my desk area. I'm super excited. Good morning. Happy 𝐬𝐸𝐞𝐿 release day. Okay, I got my cup of coffee. I'm sat at my desk and I'm so ready. I've already watched one episode of 𝐬𝐸𝐞𝐿 and it's gonna be so messy. Like I'm so scared, but it's been a long morning. It feels like my workout was hard. The word that I was listening to during my workout was so good. There's a local radio station that plays sermons like every single day in the mornings, and I was listening to that radio station. The sermon was so very encouraging, and I just got encouraged because I woke up feeling in low spirits, not gonna lie, but that sermon encouraged me. And then I wrote in my journal and just prayed for encouragement. And then my morning devotion and Bible time was just encouraging, so I'm feeling very encouraged today. We have to do a 16 slide voice thread. So voice thread is essentially like this kind of academic resource that allows teachers to give you slideshows and also put their voice on it. So it's like a very interactive slideshow, and there's a 16 slide one of those, and I think he's asking questions that we have to answer. It's just like the week 1 review and everything, but he also asked us to like introduce ourselves and get used to the class. This is for my energy humanities class, so I want to do that. And I also want to try to finish the discussion board for my sociolinguistics class. I was supposed to do that yesterday. After we went out, I was tired. I did not want to open up my laptop again, and then me and my older sister watched this really interesting holiday movie with Mario in it, and her name's Raven in real life, but she was Ivy in Good Luck Charlie. It was such an interesting movie. So we watched that last night, and I just did not open my laptop up to do more work. So we have to do that work. Officially the end of the work week for me. It is 7:18. I still obviously have homework to do tomorrow, but I'm done with like actual like work for the job that I have, so I'm feeling good about that. So tomorrow I'll only do classwork, but I have not read any today, so I'm going to read 15 minutes of Who Are You Following by Sadie Robertson Huff. I have no update on Six of Crows. I think I read a bit of Six of Crows yesterday. I can't remember if I updated you guys then. I just think it's a slower moving book and I just have to get used to that. But I think I stopped in the novel right before action started, so I may pick it up again tonight. Like I said, it's only 7, so it's like pretty early. I don't go to bed until like 10:30 or so, so I may pick it up before I go to bed. But I wanted to make sure that I read some of Who Are You Following, because all day today I have not been on my like phone really, and I haven't been on socials because I've been thinking about the words of this book of like asking yourself essentially, do you follow people who help you live a life that you're proud of, help you live the life that goes after your goals? And I was like, that's a really good way of like asking that question of like just why you follow people. Like, do these people motivate you to live your life goals, or do these people motivate you to kind of lust after a life that is not meant for you to have, or to kind of like just sit in like awe of them rather than sit in awe of God and all that he could be doing in your life? So I really have been liking the questions that this book has been asking, but that's what I remember about Sadie Robertson Huff's books, is that she asks really good questions for you to just think about rather than questions to be convicted by, which I personally really love, because I don't think as Christians we should be trying to convict. We should be trying to just offer questions that maybe make us go to the cross, you know what I mean? Maybe make us go to the Bible and go to the Word, or just think deeper about what we are doing. So that's what we're about to do, read a little bit. I'm actually not that hungry since I was sipping on coffee, and I drank 3 of my water bottles today. I don't know why, I'm just like a little bit thirstier than usual today, but feeling good. I'm honestly just so glad I finished this 2 hours of work, y'all. Like, y'all have no idea. So let's get to reading. Happy Friday, XO Kitty. I finished it last night. It's literally no calm now. Okay, hey guys, it's a bit later. It is 3:30. I finished homework at about 2, but I've just been like literally scrolling around watching book vlogs about Six of Crows because I just need some motivation. Okay, update guys, it's a little while later. I ate dinner. I decided not to eat any ramen because I'm not feeling the best. So I ate myself a nice bowl of chili, but I made it to chapter or part 2 of Six of Crows. If you know, Six of Crows is written into like different parts. I think there's 5 parts, I want to say. There's 6. I think there's 6 parts in the first book, and I made it to part 2, and I most definitely am seeing that the plot is now about to pick up, but it took probably until like page 50 for the plot to actually pick up, which I was not expecting. But once the plot picked up, stuff started getting interesting. There's introducing more characters, so I feel like I'm just gonna cozy up with this for the rest of the night. But I want to thank you guys so much for rocking with me for the first week of classes. Oh my gosh, we're gonna see how the semester goes. It's seeming like my work is cut out for me, but I thank you guys so much for rocking with me for the first semester. Thank you just for being here, existing, trying your best in whatever you're doing, because I know that's what you're doing. I know that's what my Pages of Peace do. We try our best. We sometimes don't succeed, but we get up and try again, and we trust in the Lord, and that's what we do right here. So I want to thank y'all so much for watching, and don't forget to always protect your peace. Bye! Thank you so much for watching.